In today's video, we're going to discuss 5 reasons why I'm selling these funds to buy more Yieldmax funds. So we earn over $100,000 per year in dividends at this channel. And my performance and value shows that I'm up 43% for the year. I'm going fast because I've made this video many times and I don't feel like doing it again. 43% for the year. The S&P is up 17%, the Dow's up 5%, and the Nasdaq's up 33%. Also, we're up 0.26% on Friday, which, as you can see above, beat all the indexes above. So we're living financially free out of our brokerage accounts here at this channel, and so can you. If you want to live financially free out of your brokerage account, email me for my e-guides at aikentod48@gmail.com. When you buy my e-guides, you get my phone number to call me anytime at for free. You also get access to the Discord chat room. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. The first thing that I sold on Friday was OP, okay? Ticker symbol OPP. It was a severe underperformer for me, and I wanted to sell it so I could harvest some tax losses, okay? Harvesting tax losses is important, not only for when you buy Yieldmax funds and you have the dividends, you have to pay taxes on them at the end of the year, but also in my fund, Cornerstone, which this is my largest holding, $500,000 that I have in this fund, Cornerstone. It is a 4-star fund for all you newcomers here at this channel. For all the people who don't like me mentioning Cornerstone, go ahead and find me a better vehicle to invest and amass your wealth in, and I'll happily concede your points. Don't just say in the comment section another video on Cornerstone. How about you tell me a better vehicle than Cornerstone? See how Cornerstone beat the indexes here? Okay, that's great. And it also has a 21% dividend and is 5-star. So if you're beating the indexes and it's 5-star and it has a 21% dividend, by the way, which is tax-free, the dividend, until you sell, well, then I'm going to be promoting this fund every day. I don't know why more people don't like Cornerstone, but you must anchor it with your Yieldmax funds if you want stability. Also, if you just want to live financially free, Cornerstone is the way because it's tax-free and also it's indexed. So when you're tying your investments to indexes, how can you live financially free if the yield is only 5 or 6%, like in a JEPI or STK or USA? All these yields are about between 5 and 10%. How can you really live financially free off such a small yield? Plus, those funds don't perform very well. So Cornerstone has outperformed everything that I know of, and it has the largest dividend. So yeah, there are other funds out there that outperform Cornerstone, like QQQ itself maybe, or STK, but those don't have enough dividends to qualify to banks for loans with. See, I have to live financially free out of my brokerage account, and I'm trying to go for the highest truth at this channel. Not just daily gains, not just performance gains, which you saw me getting, which were up 43%, which is unbelievable in my opinion, but also the 100,000 in dividends. I want both, okay? Because I don't want to just have dividends in my account go down slowly like many other channels that I know of. I want dividends and performance, okay? Also, the performance gives you more cushion on your available withdrawal, okay? You need more performance so that this number is high enough. When this available withdrawal number is high enough, you can withdraw freely out of your account, okay? And even if you're not investing on margin like I do, for every $1 you put in your account, you get $4 of purchasing power. Even if you don't invest on margin, you could still use your brokerage account to withdraw from and live freely out of, okay? So even though I have $250,000 in debt, it's low interest debt. It's 6% interest. I can negotiate it down. It doesn't show up on a credit check, and I can click sell at any time. So this is the definition of good debt. And even if you guys don't want to use margin to get ahead, which I've been using for many years, and that's how I'm getting the performance that I'm getting, well, again, you still might want to buy things out of your brokerage account. I can use my E-Trade credit card to swipe and go wherever I want in the world. I can buy cars, clothes, shoes, buy a house with it. I can do whatever, and the interest on it is so low, I don't mind holding it. So you just have to keep in mind that when this number gets to 0, you're in a margin call. So could I withstand a 20% correction in my account? Absolutely, because if you were to multiply 500,000 plus my debt, let's just call it 500,000 plus 300,000 of debt. I have been 250 in debt, but also I sell options at the bottom, as you guys know. So let's just say I have 800,000 exposed. These are the options, okay? I'm not trying to scroll fast, but I'm on my cell phone. If I don't do things on my cell phone, then I'm not free, okay? I don't want to do videos on my computer, okay, where all you guys are, wanting me to, slow down and stop zooming in and out. I'm doing this from my phone so I can do it wherever I want. If I have to do it from a computer, it's like having another job. YouTube does not pay you enough money, okay? It doesn't pay any money, really, to work like that and to live like that. So I'm sorry for going fast here, but 20% dividends, okay? That's what I get. So if I have a 20% correction, could I withstand that on 800,000? Well, 800,000 times 10% is 160. Okay, I'm sorry, 800,000 times 10% is 80 grand. 20% would be 160. So we're at 192,000 available withdrawal. So we'd have 30,000 left of equity before we're even in a margin call. So everyone's like, Todd's sweating it. He's doing, he's sounding nervous on his videos. I don't even know. Those are the comments I saw in the last video. I don't even know where you guys get this from, okay? My performance and value shows that I'm up 43% and my dividends are still coming in strong. Yes, my dividends have fallen from being up 140 recently to being up only now 130. But that's because Yieldmax had its dividend cuts recently, which I'm not worried about. We've had a down month in these Yieldmax funds, and so volatility has fallen. When these stocks resume their uptrends higher, the dividends will rise. So you'll see a dividend increase soon here in our estimated income. But also, this isn't even factoring in AMZ, GUI, Netflix, FBY, Coney. There are many other Yieldmax funds that we have in the account that aren't reflecting in dividends yet. So that'll still be around 140-ish by the end of the month, I presume. And at the end of the year, I think all these dividends will rise if the stock market continues its ascent upwards. Okay, so 20% correction. Could I take that in my account? Yes, I could take that with flying colors. Okay, so I'm not nervous about that because a 20% correction, I still have plenty of available withdrawal. And also a 20% correction means I break even because Cornerstone has a 20% dividend. Okay, so once again, if you lose 20% in your account, you get 20% in dividends, you break even. And Cornerstone's dividend is set for the year. There's no surprises in it, unlike with the Yieldmax funds, which I described in the last video. Okay, so the second reason why I'm switching from some of these funds, like I sold OPP, for example. OPP, it's a sort of a bond fund, a fixed income fund. It's been underperforming for me. So I sold that for about a $2,000 loss, which I didn't even really make in losses because I've been collecting dividends in it for a couple of years now. But anyway, the capital gains in it shows that I'm down 2,000. It did show here in my account, but it's a weekend, so that those losses don't show on the weekends. But I harvested about 4,000 in tax losses last Friday, okay? And that means that when I sell Cornerstone for its rights offering, okay, because that's the key to Cornerstone, okay? It's a 4-star fund, 5-star fund, as you saw, and it has 30% premiums to NAV that it averages, okay? And it gives you the 20% dividend. So you can get a 50% gain per year in Cornerstone, but you have to learn how to play it right. That's what my Discord chat room was started for, okay? The Discord chat room was intended to give the Cornerstone rights offering announcement, okay? So that's why I started this, and here we alert you of the Cornerstone rights offering announcement. And we have hundreds of members in this Discord chat room, all very smart, pretty affluent investors who have read my e-guides, most of them, and they're pretty well educated on how margin works and how Cornerstone works and how the rights offering works. Okay, also, by the way, while we're here at the Discord channel, you'll see that you get my daily portfolio recap here. This is where I update my portfolio when I'm not making videos on YouTube. So you can track my portfolio here, track my performance. You can mimic my performance side by side if you want. At Discord, we also have plenty of other channels for your leisure that you can go check out. We have brokerage specifics, like who has the special drip for Cornerstone, which let me just go ahead and get into right now and show you that Cornerstone also has this special drip program that you cannot find anywhere. So please bring the hate on for Cornerstone, but I don't know why you would when look at the market price of 8. Now look at the drip price down here of 6. So 649, that's a 27% gain. 663, 24%. 642, 28%. So these are all monthly, okay? My 7,000 in dividends in Cornerstone roughly get a 20% dividend, and they get reinvested back down at this NAV price of 6. So you get these instant gains, thousands of dollars each month, 31% gain. You know, all you have to do is ask for this special drip in Cornerstone, okay? But not every brokerage is the same. So here at the Discord chat room, which I'm on my cell phone, I don't care if it's sideways, I apologize, but here's the information. You'll get a much better layout, by the way, when you have your Discord chat room. See all these little emojis and stuff? I have other guys helping me out, thankfully, in Discord who are helping me organize my channels. You'll see a whole different layout when you're in Discord, but here's the drip for Cornerstone section. Okay, drip for Cornerstone. This is this channel tells you which brokerages allow the special drip for Cornerstone. Okay, so again, we have hundreds of members here who can help share their experiences of how they're living financially free in their brokerage accounts. Okay, so Cornerstone, very special. Okay, I need to sell things and harvest these losses so that when I do end up playing the rights offering for Cornerstone, when I sell out of these funds, because this 20% dividend is tax free in Cornerstone. Okay, I don't know where you can find another tax free vehicle like this. Okay, it gives you return of capital, but return of capital is good when the NAV is rising, and as you can see here on the chart here, the NAV rises. So whatever comments are going to come in the description, in the comment section below, I'm not too worried about it unless you can give me a real reason why I shouldn't be in Cornerstone. Okay, so the NAV is rising. So it's good return of capital. So you're getting tax-free dividends, okay, with a rising NAV. But when the rights offering comes, like it does in many closed-end funds, Cornerstone's no different, you need to sell before the rights offering so that you can reload on your dividend after the share price drops, okay? So when you sell, you're going to have to pay taxes. So that's why I harvest these losses. Last year, I paid zero in taxes. Why? Because Cornerstone, you don't pay any taxes, but when you sell for the rights offering, you have to pay taxes then, but I had a lot of carry forward losses from the years before that, okay? So you need to harvest losses wherever you can in order to not have to pay so much in taxes come tax time. So that's why I'm selling OP, for example, okay, and I took that tax loss harvest. I'm harvesting that tax loss because when I do end up selling Cornerstone for the rights offering, which may come this year or may come next year, we don't know. We just always stay, I always watch the website closely, and we keep each other abreast of the news here on Discord, okay? When the Cornerstone rights offering happens, it's a time to really make money, not to fear the rights offering, because you don't know when the S&P is going to sell off. You don't know when you have to take your profits. But in Cornerstone, they tell you when to sell. It's one of the greatest investment vehicles of all time, like I always say. But when you do sell, you're going to have to pay taxes. So I'm harvesting the losses here in OP. Okay, the second reason why I'm buying these Yieldmax funds is because when I sell OP, that was around a 12 or 13% dividend. If I were to sell 10K of OP, but I were to buy back, let's say, 3K of OARC, okay? OARC up here. I didn't buy OARC. I'll tell you which fund I added to in a second. But if I were to, buy back 1/3 of the dollars that I bought in OP and switch to OARC, then my dividend is replaced because obviously OARC has a much larger dividend than OP. So that's the second reason why I'm buying these Yieldmax funds with the tax losses that I'm taking, is because I'm replacing my dividend elsewhere, okay? My income elsewhere. Also, my performance should increase by doing this, okay? If I sell some OP and these other underperforming funds, like I'll get to in 1 minute, this could also be a part 2 for the next video if this video goes a little too long, okay? I'll get into why I sold the other funds. Okay, the other reason that I'm doing this is for performance, okay? Now, OP, it's been really underperforming. If you remember my past videos, I've been down, double digits in it, which is not truly accurate because I've been collecting dividends. But now I'd like to see better days gains correlation with the market, okay? So if I'm tied to Yieldmax, let's say I buy more Appley, that's 10% of the indexes. So if I bought more Appley, that should help with my performance. Even though OP is a stabilizer and it's a bond fund, again, it's been severely underperforming. I still have GOF and TLTW for my bond plays, which I think are better quality. GOF is also a 4-star fund. Okay, that's why I have it so high in my account. And so I think my performance will increase even if Apple falls. Even if the Yieldmax names fall temporarily, they're going to fall with the indexes. I'm okay with falling with the indexes, okay? I'm not okay with falling with these random names that, most people's money isn't tied to, okay? I can't really live with that mistake. I can live with mistakes being in the indexes and losing there because they will come back over time. And but I can't make mistakes and lose when in these random funds like real estate funds like Raw I told you about last week when I sold that. I can't just accept that loss because real estate's only 3% of the S&P. So energy is a small amount, real estate's a small amount, bonds aren't even in the S&P. So I feel like I'm going to get better correlation, better performance. It might not be better performance, but it'll be better correlation by switching out of op and going to these yield max funds. And over time, I feel like the performance will be better since the S&P rises 7% over time, thanks to these largely these tech names that are in the S&P. The tech is about 20% of the S&P, and most of these yield max funds that we own are the tech names that are in the S&P. So I'm also selling some of these other funds, which I'm going to get into in the next video. But if we have time now, I might as well just say it. I sold some BDJ, I sold ASG, I sold Fangu. All right, because look, these funds are tech correlated, and if I'm going to buy a lot of yield max funds, I don't want to get overloaded in tech. So I had to sell from these other tech funds, which I alerted here on Discord. If we go to Discord, we can go to my portfolio recap section here, and you can see that here I have my portfolio snapshots that you can track every day, and also here are the announcements from the funds that I sold. BDJ, I sold some Fangu, okay, and I sold BDJ, also ASG, and then I also bought some JEPI, okay, because I still needed index performance. JEPI still has a decent dividend, and I wanted more index correlation. OP obviously doesn't correlate to the indexes. JEPI will do a better job of that. So I took some money out of OP. I sold 10,000 of OP roughly, bought 5,000 of JEPI, and then I used the other fraction, like another third of my money to buy. I'll go ahead and tell you now, to buy some FBY, some Meta, okay, because I was down in the cost position there, 2%. Okay, that I have 10,000 in it, and so when it gets down to 9,000, I just rebalance with 1,000. So if I lose the dividends from OP, well then I can replace it with JEPI and FBY and still knock down my margin in the process, because I'm using less capital here to get my income, obviously, because Facebook has a much larger yield than OP. So I'm going to eliminate some overlap. That's the fourth reason why I'm doing this, okay? ASG, Fangu. Fangu's 100% maintenance, okay? Fangu, I just sold that on Friday because, look, Fangu was our way to get more performance out of Yieldmax. But now that I have so much Yieldmax, okay, I keep buying every Yieldmax fund that comes out, well, then I don't want to have Fangu as well. I mean, if we're going higher, then I'm going to be happy with the Yieldmax funds that I have. But if we go lower, especially now that the market's, back at the highs pretty much, well, then I'm going to see a double whammy to the downside, okay? You don't want to own Fangu, which is a triple long Yieldmax essentially, because they own the top FANG names, but it's time 3 leverage. So this is essentially like buying a Yieldmax fund, a bunch of Yieldmax funds. If we go to snapshot here of Fangu, you'll see that the maintenance in it is 100%. Now, I don't know why it's not loading here for me, but view margin maintenance requirement, it's not showing here, but it's 100% for Fangu. The website for E-Trade has been very slow this weekend, so I apologize if you're not able to see that, but you can go look it up on your own, and you can see once again that the maintenance on Fangu is 100%. That's also why I'm in Cornerstone, okay? Cornerstone is a 30% maintenance fund, so that's how I live financially free out of my brokerage account, is I stay in low maintenance names and avoid high maintenance names. I wish I could have showed you that metric there, but if you need help understanding maintenance, that's in my margin e-guide, okay? So you can just email me there if you ever need help understanding the maintenance there. So we're here in the account, okay, and we have a really slow internet connection. I wouldn't be surprised if it said experiencing technical issues, but I got most of the video out of the way, guys, okay? That's what took me so long to make the video in the first place, okay? So that was really, those are the 5 reasons why I'm selling some OP, also ASG, Fangu, BDJ is another fund that you might not have seen in there that I sold. I sold BDJ because it's been underperforming. It doesn't look like a chart of the S&P. It's been looking worse than that, and I think that's because it has a lot of financials, and financials have been lagging some. So that's what we're gonna do in the video here, guys. Okay, I'm loading here. What to do next? I'm sorry, but there's been a lot of problems with E-Trade today. So that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm tax loss harvesting, taking these losses so that I can be ready for Cornerstone when the rights offering occurs. When I sell all my shares of Cornerstone and buy back later, I'm going to have some tax losses harvested there. Also, Yieldmax funds, you pay dividends on those. You pay taxes on those dividends, I'm sorry. And so I want to have some losses to offset from these things. Yieldmax, I'll probably update this video in the Yieldmax section here. We have a lot of good commentary here on Yieldmax. I just believe this Discord chat room is the best chat room in the world because it has hundreds of members in here who are highly intelligent, highly affluent, and most have read my e-guide, so they're pretty well coached up on how Cornerstone works and how the rights offering works. And also, a lot of them are using margin. We have an all things margin related tab here. Where many discuss their experiences that they're seeing, how they negotiate their margin rates down, what their maintenance levels are like in their accounts, which I'm sorry I couldn't show you for Fangu. And we have a lot of other channels here too, like who has the drip for Cornerstone. Even if you're into day trading, okay, we have a section for day trading. My friend Carbon Zero runs that section, and he also has his own Discord here if you guys want to check that out. It's really cool. He has a lot of experience in day trading, and I like to use day trading to better time my dividend plays here. So if I'm going to buy some FBY or whatever, you've seen the charts that I use. I use day trading to time my moves into these long-term plays. We also have, other channels for your leisure to read. We have the Winning Mindset, where I talk about just anything that I find appealing. This is where I get my research. This is where I've learned how to negotiate my rates down for margin, for example. Just tons of other channels here on Discord. Okay, there's always a good conversation to be had somewhere on it, and I love spending my time there, especially when I'm not making videos on YouTube. So if you like the video, click like, subscribe. Also, if you need help living financially free out of your brokerage accounts, email me for my e-guides at aikentodd48@gmail.com. If you want me to link access to Discord separately, I'll do that in the description below, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.